those of you that are on today with me. Today we're going to talk about 5 books that you should be reading while you're pregnant. These 5 books are going to help you to prepare a little bit better, give you some laughs, better prepare for how to deal with an infant, better prepare for breastfeeding, and really get yourself parenting from within, starting right now. So for those of you who don't know me or joining me for the first time, I'm Danielle Cotis. I am your new mom coach. I coach new expectant and toddler moms how to make the transition into motherhood smooth and effortless. Work a lot on mindset, using the law of attraction and mindfulness to cultivate calm within as a new mom and really get yourself in the right state of mind to enjoy motherhood to its fullest. So 5 books, let's talk about them. So the first book that I really want you to read while you're pregnant is The Girlfriend's Guide to Pregnancy. It really is a laugh out loud, funny book. It talks about all the different things that you're going to go through. It's 5 girlfriends that, discuss what's going on in their pregnancy. And it really is just a good read to know that you're not alone in your endeavor, and you can't help but laugh and maybe shed a couple tears here and there. But it is great. It's called The Girlfriend's Guide to Pregnancy. So that's book number 1. Book number 2, which I find absolutely hysterical, is called The Shit That No One Tells You. So part of what happened after I gave birth was like, why did no one warn me? Why did no one tell me? And somebody actually bought me this book, and I did not read it until after I gave birth. So I do suggest you read it. It's called The Shit That No One Tells You. And it is hysterical. It is laugh out loud funny, and I do suggest after you give birth that you do give it another read again, because you will shed a couple tears. You will laugh really loud because now you will totally understand what she's talking about. But it is too funny, and I just really enjoyed it, and it's a short read, and I really think that you will get a kick out of it, and it will somewhat prepare you for what you're about to experience. The third one, getting yourself ready for breastfeeding, right? That's a big deal. I did not take any classes. I did not read any books, and I did not do very good with breastfeeding. So your third book is to help you prepare for breastfeeding. So it's called The Womanly Art of Breastfeeding. And basically it's going to give you all the tips, all the tricks that you need to help you prepare for breastfeeding. What do you need? What are some good things that you can eat, you can drink, latching information, what sides, the time frames, things like that. So it will really give you a better idea of what you're going to experience, prepare you. Again, my mom coaching is all about education and knowledge and some wisdom from moms of the past, right? So we want to make sure that we have enough knowledge, right? Because knowledge is power, it's empowerment. The wisdom, the education, learning as much as you possibly can about what you're going to experience is going to make your experience a little bit easier. So reading that breastfeeding book will really start setting you up for success and really give you a better idea of what you're going to go through and what you need to know, and those tips and tricks that I didn't have, and obviously I struggled. So definitely pick up that book. The 4th book, it's my favorite book. It's called The Happiest Baby on the Block. I suggest you read it now, right? There's also a video that you can buy. There's a video, so if you don't really have time to read, you can watch the video. But I suggest you read it now. It took me till probably the 2nd month to read this book. And I really wish I had read it prior to giving birth, because it would have set me up better for how to deal with an infant. It talks a lot about the 4th trimester, which is where the baby should have been in utero and most animals, but of course we give birth earlier. So it talks a lot about, swaddling, some white noise, how to, shake the baby kind of a little bit this way to get their inner ears to help them calm down. So the guy goes through 5 S's that you really need to know about how to take care of an infant and what they really need during this time. And how you can prevent colic, and how colic doesn't really exist in other countries, only in America. So it's wealth of information. It works so well with us. Kiri, after I read this book, was sleeping no problem, like 10 or 12 hours. We were able to cut out that night feeding. So it really worked out for us, and I really think that you should read it early on and not wait until after you give birth. So Happiest Baby on the Block is like my #1 book for new moms, so definitely read it now. And the last book is going to help you to start figuring out your where you are at parenting, like what are the things that are inside of you that you know, are going to start to come out. So it's called Parenting from the Inside Out, and it's exactly what it says, right? It's parenting from the inside out. So it's not necessarily a parenting book about, you know, how to discipline, how to raise a child, things like that. No, it's about raising yourself, right? So what I do as a mom coach is I help you raise yourself. I help you understand what you're going through, why these triggers are coming up, why this fear, why this anxiety, where is this all coming from, what traumas have you gone through that we can get through. So as a new mom coach, when I coach pregnant moms, a lot of what we work on is the work within, right? Working on ourselves so that we don't have this traumatic experience after we give birth, so that pregnancy can be, you know, a wonderful journey for you of learning about yourself, about preparing yourself mentally and spiritually for what you're about to experience, so that you're set up for success. So this book will really help you to get a better idea of, you know, some of the things that parents go through, why those things are coming up, and how to fix them. And I do suggest that you do the practices sort of in the book that are there. I know a lot of them will be, some of them have to do with your child or your baby. You can obviously skip those. But I also want you to think about some of those scenarios that might come up, like when that time happens, like when your baby is screaming at the top of their lungs for hours on end. You know, how do you think you're going to respond to that? How do you think that you're going to like that? And it just gives you information on how to respond properly, you know, and if you are responding improperly, you know, how can you fix that, and how can you become more aware and more conscious about the way that you would possibly respond to a scenario. So I suggest you read it now, and then you can read it again once the baby is born or a little bit afterwards. But if you read all of these books right now, it will really set you up to a point where you have the knowledge, you have the empowerment that you can actually start to begin your journey. You can feel a little bit more you know, at ease about what you're about to experience, and you can really get to the point where, you know, you are putting your mindset as that, okay, I am going to be a mom, like I am going to be able to do this. Plenty of people have done this. It's not going to be as hard as I am anticipating. You know, I have the tools that I need. I have the resources. So that's a really empowering feeling. And that's my job as a mom coach, is to empower new moms, to let them know that they are not alone in their endeavor, that, you know, there's crazy crap that happens that you know, you just can't, you know, prevent. So this way, if we're set up with the tools and resources, we can actually, you know, be really amazing at it right off the bat. So definitely pick up these books. Again, we'll go through the top 5. So you're going to do the Girlfriend's Guide to Pregnancy, The Shit No One Tells You, Womanly Art of Breastfeeding, The Happiest Baby on the Block, and we're going to do Parenting from the Inside Out. So these are the top 5. And I just want to thank you all so much for being on the line with me. I'm so grateful you took this time out to be with me today. I also want to invite you to my 2 private Facebook groups. Okay, the one is called the Newly Expectant Mom Tribe. It's for pregnant mothers. And the other one is the New Mom Sisterhood, all for pregnant and new moms. So we're doing a lot of coaching in there as well, a lot of free resources there. Right now we're doing a 21-day free challenge for 21 days of gratitude. So please join us with that. We're on day 3. You can pick up anywhere. You can watch the first 3 videos. They're only 5 minutes a piece, so you can pick up pretty quickly. And you can join us for the month of November all the way to Thanksgiving, and we will go through gratitude and how it can change your life and different practices that you can do. If you are struggling right now in your pregnancy and you are fearful and worried and concerned or not sure what's going to happen, or you know, you're having these mood swings or possibly prenatal mood disorders, please reach out to me. Please book a call. Please private DM me. We will talk about what you're going through, what you're experiencing, and we will devise a plan together that you can set yourself up for success, that you can feel more calm and centered, that you can you know, get that knowledge and the powers and the tools and resources to set you up for success after you give birth. So thank you all so much for being on the line with me. I'm sending you so much love as always, and enjoy your day until tomorrow.